Hello, welcome back to another game on Arena 1v1 between Feanor and Metal. Feanor playing as the Incas, Metal as Burmese. I hope this is going to be an interesting one. The Civs, not really sure what's the better one here. Earlier I've said Burmese, but Incas seem really strong as well. We're going to find out. I hope I'm going to cast a second game this week. This one is going up and I get a 3v3 cent, so I want to cast that as well. I hope I can do it this week. Maybe next week I will try to get a few more games up, and of course I've been busy lately, so I hope you understand this. We have Metal luring deer in already, but now he's going to find the rest of his sheep, I guess at least. He's got one deer underneath the TC, two more remaining inside his base, which is nice. I think this is the Wobbly official arena seasonal map. It looks like it a little bit. I think it's a custom map here with a second gold and the main stone pretty safe in the back. Main gold safe in the back. This is nice. And an extra stone here as well. The boar in the back that cannot hurt. And then we have deer inside. We've seen that the third gold is forward outside, and that second stone on the left hand side is also outside, but not too far away. An extra gold here quite close as well. One really close to Metal space. And on the right hand side also another really close. And another extra stone here. So Metal space actually quite good here. I like it. A lot of resources in the back and a lot of resources around. Let's see for Feanor. He's got the main gold on the side, not too secure. Second gold safe in the back, extra gold in the back as well. We have the 3 deer inside actually, and the first boar coming in now. Second boar on the left is also inside. I think the map is designed like that. The deer and boar should spawn inside. I'm not sure about it. We have one really close. We have the third gold and the second stone on the left hand side, forward outside. Another relic here on the right hand side, and a last relic a little bit closer to Metal maybe. Persian for a team game with Italian ally. Interesting what they're talking about. Was there more? No. It doesn't have to do anything with this game. Maybe they played one before. I don't know. I didn't see the games. I just picked it from the profiles, and so I thought, okay, Incas against Burmese could get interesting. Let's find out what the players were doing in this game. That's just boring for me. You need Cav archers for them to be fun. Interesting. Okay, they're talking about another game, about another civilization here, because why not? Dark Age, you need to concentrate if you want to have it really well, really perfected, but TCs, that's big criteria. Nice. They can, of course, talk a little bit here. It doesn't really hurt them, and it's just random 1v1 rated games, so no bothering here. We have a 5 sheep group here because Incas have the free llama at the start. Now there is 6-7 villagers on the deer. That's a lot here actually, and only 5 on sheep now. A little bit surprised to see this because this is causing a lot of idle time, as you can see now, and there's 2 villagers idle and 8 or even 9, I think 8 on the sheep. But now Metal is on the way to feudal age first actually. Let's find out what is he doing. He is taking the last of his sheep. He's not on stone, so we're not going to see a Burmese castle early on. I would have loved to see Arambai, but it's unlikely. That's working out really. And we have a few farms now coming up. Metal is on gold with 2 villagers as expected, and I guess he's gonna go for a monastery here, maybe 3 TCs, maybe at a siege workshop, something like that. Feanor also on the way to feudal age. What's the plan here? Is he going for a few eagles maybe, or is it just gonna be 3 TCs, monastery, siege workshop potentially as well? He's not on stone, he is on gold. Wait, what? Yeah, with 3 villagers actually, so maybe we're gonna see monastery at 2 actually. And we have blacksmith market coming up. Again, monastery against Burmese, that's not gonna be too easy. If Metal is going for a monk rush, this could get dangerous here for Feanor. And Metal is on the way to castle age. 1442 is a really decent time. 27 pop, no loom, obviously. Yeah, and Metal is still not on stone, so we're going to see a rather defensive approach here by Metal, I guess. But he's doing gold mining, so that might change actually. Gold mining for me is a little bit of an indicator to go at least semi-aggressive. A few more farms coming up now from Feanor. What is he doing? Anything special? 5 villagers in the berries, but no, he's just staying inside with the Eagle Scout. Does not want to run into Metal Scout, which is around here actually. So Metal has some free scouting on the map now, and Feanor does not know about Metal. Yeah, Metal trying to attack here. It's not going to happen through that wall. The corner here, but Metal is the first to be able to arrive at Castle Age. Gonna see a monastery here, TC on the main gold, and potentially another TC on the gold on the wood line. Nice TC spots actually. Is not going on stone. Maybe he doesn't need it. Maybe he doesn't want to go for Ermby here. So 3 TC mini boom, monastery, and housed at 29. That's not something you want to have, but he's got a house built here, all fine. Feanor is going for an extra TC double monastery actually. How's the monk text looking for Feanor? I think he's missing either redemption or atonement. Atonement. How's that? Atonement is missing. Redemption is available here in Sanctity, actually. So double monastery approach with the Incas. I don't really agree with that, to be honest. But let's see how he's going to do this. He definitely wants to go for the relics here. And as Metal doesn't have any military units other than the scout, I guess he will be fine. Sanctity coming up immediately. I think that's a good idea. But still only one extra TC on that wood line with a lot of space for farms around. Not too far away from the main goal. Another TC here on the wood line. So not like TCing any resources other than wood, but a nice triangle. Let's see for Metal. He's moved out with the monk here, trying to get a conversion, and actually Metal is deciding to suicide a scout before it gets converted. Now you can see Metal has one monk here, another one going for the relic here, another one on the left hand side. Metal is doing atonement. It's cheap for him, so it makes sense to go that way. And why did I think did he lose the? Did Feanor just lose the Eagle Scout, actually? That's possible. Maybe he had to suicide it too. Looks like Metal does want to go for the relics as well. Does he have a second monastery up? Looks like it's only one here. But he's got the monk advantage, and atonement monks can do really well. Now, Feanor is able to grab that relic, and Metal see it. Is there any more relics on the map? No. Metal has two. Looks like Feanor should be able to get 3 of those relics. Can Metal start to convert? Yeah, he's starting, but that's not going to happen, and Feanor is safe now. So Feanor, 1 relic in the monastery, and 1 monk hiding here, or 2 monks actually, and Metal cannot see these 2 monks. He's running to the other side here, and that means he's not going to be able to get the last relic in. Instead, Feanor will have an easy time to go sometime in the future, I guess. Feanor going with Wheelbar now, and Metal doing the forward siege workshop. He wants to go aggressive. He's got those monks, he's got a lot of gold in the bank. I guess that's still a few too many villages on gold, to be honest. He could buy his way up to Imperial Village if he wants to, and he's on stone now with 6-7 villagers, sending more. He has got 71 against 62 military units only. I guess the double monastery cost a little bit of time here, and Feanor is also housed, but is adding in barracks to go for some eagles now. Gold mining, forging loom, eagle warrior upgrade on the way. The first mangonels out, and we're gonna see barracks to see standard infantry from Metal. I like this approach, to be honest, and he's going to standard infantry before clicking up to Imperial Age, so he wants to stay in Cast Age for a little bit longer, maybe adapting to the playstyle of Feanor, maybe just saying, okay, it's probably the best decision, and I bet Metal could see the Eagle Warriors being created. Not sure if he could see any barracks, but maybe he saw 1 or 2 of them. It's possible. Other than that, he could just be expecting them. It would make sense to see Eagle Warriors at this point in the game. There's a lot of monks on the field. There's the castle coming up. Metal has enough resources. Can he quick wall this? No! Ooh, that's not good for him. But the village is blocking the path of the Eagle Warriors a little bit. Now there's a Scorpion, but the castle is getting denied at this point. Metal did not pay attention, did not see the Eagle Warriors approaching. At the same time, is moving forward to lose a few monks to the Eagles. He got 3 conversions though, that's not too bad. And I guess those monks might fall one by one. Other than the TC, there is no real defensive for the monks. That's a little bit crazy right now, and I slow down, but still a lot of things happening. Not really sure who's coming out on top. Looks like Feanor has a lot more population now, but that's because he's got a military lead. The castle got not only delayed, but cancelled at this point. Metal clicking up to Imperial Age now, probably wants to go in with the castle at home at this point now, and he should go for that castle. Feanor able to come out on top with the Eagle Warriors, with a few monks here, and like this, Metal has a tough time in front of himself. Feanor should be able to click up to Imperial Age any minute now. We have castle coming up in front of those farms. Castle placement makes sense, and Metal only has 1 villager on stone now. Doesn't need more. That lumber camp not really perfect, but I guess it's not too bad. Yeah, this one I like better. A lot of space around. Metal hopefully can see his extra stone here, obviously. And we have Imperial Age coming up soon for Metal. What's the plan now? What do you do against Incas? To be honest, I don't know. You can go monks, but standard infantry seems better. And battle elephants, not really. Incas seem to be a good counter to battle elephants. Town center coming up on that small wood patch, and a 3rd gold. And an archery range on the way. What's the plan with the archery range? No, I'm not really sure. Do Burmese get hand cannons? I don't really understand that. Fletching chemistry coming up. Cannot be skirmishers. And Eagle Warriors patrolling around. There's an outpost coming up for Feanor. Feanor is still on the way to Imperial Age, but not far away. Chemistry, so possibly Bombard Cannons, hand cannoneers. I'm not sure what Burmese do get here, but more archery ranges coming up, so hand cannoneers might be an option. Heavy cav archers? Seriously? I thought they didn't get the hand cannoneers, and they don't. No arbalest, obviously. No good skirmishers, but it's gonna be cav archers, and I don't really understand this decision, to be honest. But maybe it's working out somehow. still, Eagle Warriors should be stronger than Cav Archers. We have 60 HP now, 7 plus 4 attack, because Brace has done Ballistics on the way, and Chemistry coming up from Feanor as well. But those Eagles should be strong enough. Arson, Arbalest, both Chemistry, oh, both are really late for Feanor, and Heavy Cav Archer upgrade done already. Wow, Metal is really pulling ahead here. Comes to the upgrades. Heavy Cav Archers is expensive. Now they don't get any good defensive upgrades. I'm not sure about Parthen Tactics, just didn't check. And those Eagle Warriors should be good. Arbalest behind that. In the Arbalest, they have lower HP obviously, but they should really be decent against the Cav Archer still, as long as you have the numbers like this. Metal is getting more and more of them. Scale Barding, I'm in Light Cav on the way. They are getting Parthen Tactics, so I think Metal should go for that. Then the Heavy Cav Archers might make sense somehow. There's a few monks behind it as well now for Feanor. Eagle Warriors starting to hit the villagers that are running forward. Not sure what Metal is doing with those villagers, I don't really understand it. Arbalest getting microed by Feanor, and I think I need to slow down a little bit. Wait, no, 75 is too much, sorry for that. Let's go to like 60, 67 should be good. Bloodlines on the way, Chain Barding Armor on the way. So Metal is kind of playing this like Hans, to be honest, or Magyar, something like that. Heavy Cav Archers, Light Cav, Bloodlines finally on the way, which is very important. And the Light Cav are moving forward. What is Feanor going to do? Is not going for Elite Eagle Warriors. I'm really surprised about that, because I think they might have been a really nice addition. Once you see the Heavy Cav Archers, Elite Eagle Warriors make sense, but Feanor, right, Metal is low on resources. Feanor has a decent amount of resources in the bank. He could click Imperial Elite Eagle Warriors immediately, but he's not going to do it. Instead, he's switching to Elite Skirmishers, and to be honest, I think that's a mistake. I think the Elite Eagles were a must here against Heavy Cav Archers. Metal playing kind of like next to the meta, but he is breaking the meta often, or has been breaking metas oftentimes, and he's doing it again. Heavy Cav Archers for now are working. He's ahead in villages by, wow, that's a lot, more than 30 villages ahead for Metal here. He's got a lot of economy, that means he's got a lot of income, he's got enough stone for yet another castle. He's going to take the outside extra stone close to his map. Husbandry coming in, Plate Barding Armor, there's the Parthen Tactics upgrade to get a little bit of defensive upgrades on those Heavy Cav Archers, and the military numbers are better for Metal here. Elite Skirmishers, they could win the game in the long run. Like this, they're running into Light Cav, and the Arbalest are too far behind. Heavy Cav Archers in very, very decent numbers. Trebuchets now moving forward. Feanor, I think, misplayed this by not going to add in Elite Eagle Warriors. That was a mistake. Hussar even coming up. Yeah, this is basically like Hans Magyar's meta. Without the siege rams, obviously, for now. I want to get cat rams. Couriers on the way from Feanor. Imperial Elite Skirmishers profit from Couriers. Slingers do, Elite Eagle Warriors do, Kameyuks do. I don't think Skirmishers do. I'm not sure about the Couriers upgrade, but it's not even coming up because the forward castle is down, and we have Elite Eagle Warriors finally on the way, but that's a little bit too late. Feanor is low on everything, only 115 villagers still. Not a lot of gold income at the front here. How's the gold in the back looking? Is still taking that, but only 4 villagers. The main gold, ooh, that's not good. And the second gold here in the back, only 800 left, roughly. So Metal actually using his economy advantage, even though he lost the castle. Feanor was not able to like follow up with a good counter or with a better uptime somehow. Now the Arbalest still at home, still waiting to get some good shots, but the walls are open, and Hussars fully upgraded except for the attack upgrades. Fortune coming in now. They're moving in, and Hussars for Burmese obviously are strong, as you can see. They get a lot of upgrades here. Heavy Cav Archers behind that. Metal even doing Cavalier. Wow, this is huge. Metal has a lot of resources, which makes sense, and Feanor has a hard time to actually compete with that army. Now a few Elite Eagle Warriors moving forward. They're taking out Heavy Cav Archers quite fast. They're not taking a lot of damage here. I guess only like, what is it, 3? And if they had couriers, that would be even better. But finally they're going down, and there's only a few single Elite Eagle Warriors left. So the Arbalest not really good enough to fight those Heavy Cav Archers. Trebuchets just waiting in the back. Cavalier soon to be done. Stables coming up forward. And look at this, that's beautiful. A lot of stables here. That's at least 9 that I can see. The castle on the right hand side protecting that extra stone, kind of protecting that gold as well. On the left hand side, another castle coming up to protect the extra gold here. And those 3 archer ranges are not producing. Metal is fully controlling this game. 42 minutes in. It doesn't look like Feanor has has an easy time to counter this. The score is close, but Metal is completely pop capped now. 199, 200 population capped. Doesn't have a lot of wood, but that's not a big problem. And another castle coming up in the middle. That's castle number 4 in total. Iron casting on the way. Metal is enjoying this game, I guess, because he is really, really far ahead. And while Feanor has a decent economy now, 118 should be fine in general. He's still behind in resources. He's spending a lot, and he still doesn't have the elite Eagle Warrior numbers that he needs. I wish Metal would go for standard infantry now and just run over Feanor. It could be possible. And I think he's still gonna stay with the heavy cav archers. And actually, Iron Bar now getting added in. The Hussars are falling to these elite Eagle Warriors, but the heavy cav archers is still getting a decent amount of shots. Looks like the military numbers are evening out here. Wow, Feanor coming back from the hell. Looks like it. He's got a lot of resources, except for gold. Gold is the biggest problem for him. And as you can see, there's still only 4 villagers on that gold, and there is not too much gold left at all. There's one tile here, so I guess total of that's 100, 5, 6, 8, like 1k3, 1k4, something like that. And then there's the relics, obviously, 3 relics in the bank, which is good. But Metal still has full map control, still is taking all the extra resources. He's even taking Feanor's third gold now. There's a castle on the left hand side guarding that stone, but Metal again with more military units, and Arambai are a really nice addition against the elite Eagle Warriors. I think they're doing a lot of damage here. Heavy cav archers moving back all mobile units here, all cavalry units. Masonry coming up from Metal as well. Handcart very late for Feanor. Plate mail armor. Maybe Halberdiers is an option for him, but he can only afford pikemen really, and he can't really afford a lot, so he's still staying defensive at home. Doesn't have siege units at this point in the game. I guess siege is not the most important thing, but he's doing siege engineers, which is interesting. Trebuchets maybe could hit that castle someday. At the same time, Metal is saying, okay, there is a castle for me to take. There's not a lot of defense around, and there's no units to be able to defend the castle. So I'm going to use my trebuchets here. Metal is even spreading into like Feanor's half of the map, which he's not controlling, obviously. And Blast Force is on the way to get full upgrades on those Hussars. Yeah, they're gonna be fully upgraded soon. The Arambai, 80 HP, of course, the +1 defense. They're not getting anything else, but they're strong enough as they are, and they are missing the elite upgrade. Okay, that's not a big deal. Elite Eagle Warriors now trying to move in, trying to take a big fight here, but there is not enough elite skirmishers to do a lot of damage. 30 military units running against 44. Metal is sending in more and more. His resources look better, except for gold now. Actually, looks like Feanor has the better resources, but Metal has more military units on the map. He's still population capped. He was able to get that castle down. Also, Feanor was able to take down one of the castles from Metal, but Metal can afford to lose the castle. He's still got a lot, and Feanor is calling the game here. Metal, someone forgot last armor in the blacksmith. Which one? I guess the one for the elite Eagle Warriors. Not sure. Something he forgot. But Metal in this game was able to transition into Imperial Age really smooth, even though he lost the castle here at the start, had to cancel it. And then he was able to mass a lot of units. Heavy cav archers did work out, surprisingly, but it can be an option, obviously, also for the Burmese. Hope you enjoyed this game. See you in the next ones. GG.